Hi, my name's Tom. I'm from Fraser's GAMSAT Tuition. I'm here to talk to you through our best approach to Section 2 this year. So Section 2 is a section in the GAMSAT that you can do spectacularly well, and you can do really well. We have a kind of sentiment within our own students that if you didn't get 70 in Section 2, you've kind of failed that section. If you were a non-English speaker, if you were born in Australia, it doesn't matter. There are strategies that anyone can employ to do well and to really separate themselves from the crowd. The first thing not to do, don't follow any formula that you read online. Des O'Neill books, Gold Standard, all of these books give you the wrong idea. They give you a strict formula. They're playing to that part of your brain in maths and science for those students out there that really want like an algebraic formula of how do I do well in this essay. There is no rules, okay? The amount of students I hear say task A has to be argumentative, task B has to be reflective. It's beyond frustrating. I've been tutoring for 5 years. In my 2 GAMSAT sits, I didn't follow those rules, and I got 70 plus in both sits. Many students have come through us, 70s, 80s, they never follow those rules, okay? I agree that generally, task A lends itself to an argumentative piece. So if you have strong views about politics, naturally, if the topic's about politics, it's easy to write an argumentative piece on that. However, you imagine if you're the marker. So you're sitting there marking all these essays. If you read a task A essay that's argumentative, and another one that's argumentative, and another one that's argumentative, it becomes really difficult in your eyes as the marker to identify the differences between them, okay? So ultimately your mark, right, this mark that you get is based on 3 things, okay? It's based on your ideas, it's based on the structure, and it's based on the relevance to the theme, right? Those 3 things really are the things that determine whether you get a high mark or low mark. Now, if I'm judging your ideas, if every single essay is written in an argumentative way or reflective way for task B, then fundamentally the way you've thought about this is very much in the middle. There's this bell curve. You're very much in the middle, you're average. So if you're writing a task A for argumentative and a task B reflective, you're average, you're basic, okay? And that's what I'd say my second step is to doing well in Section 2. The second step is find your style. You need to try out different styles. So we have a Section 2 style guide, which we'll be sending out on email to all of our students. And there are quite a few different styles that you can take, and many of our students have used them to success, depending on the things that they suit them. So if you like to write creative stories, there's a style for you. You can maybe write a whole story for both. I like to use a personal anecdote-based creative approach, which is basically like you write in this kind of analytical voice where you're talking in a kind of intellectual way. You know, love is not an objective thing; it's subjective. Blah blah blah. And then I think that the experiences of a person in love are the best way to show the different characteristics of love within a single individual. Then I'll write my story, right? The story will be a journey of someone in love through different trials and tribulations, and then I end it with another analytical path. That's just what I do. You could write argumentative, you could write expository. There are so many different styles, right? So make sure you try out the different styles. Don't just write in one way. You never know, you might be an excellent writer. You might be the next Ernest Hemingway. You haven't given yourself a chance to write in the certain style that may suit you, okay? So, step 1, ignore the rules, don't follow the rules. Step 2, find your own style. And step 3, make sure you write a lot and write to time, okay? You have to write to time. Lots of students come in writing massively long essays, short essays. That's not a useful tool to you. That's not a useful way to prepare. You need to make sure that you're writing in the actual task that is given to you. You get a 5-minute reading time and you get 2 essays in 1 hour. There's no actual guiding timeline. They won't tell you that the half an hour has passed. They'll tell you 10 minutes, there's 10 minutes remaining. That's exactly how you should be preparing, okay? So, summarizing those 3 steps. The first step, don't follow the rules, because if you break the rules in intelligent ways, you really stand out. Step 2, make sure that you find your style, okay? And we have a style guide that we send out on our email to all our students for free. So make sure you subscribe to our email list just below, because that way you can get access to all of our free materials for Section 1, 2, and 3 throughout the whole GAMSAT period. We have our free Fraser's Passport, so don't miss out on that. And the third step is ultimately writing heaps of essays to time and getting feedback, okay? If you do those things accurately, you can get professional feedback from us, but of course you can get feedback from friends. Your marks should improve astronomically. And even the fact that you're writing in a different style to time and have actually thought about the style and practiced in it over time will make your scores so much better than they would have been if you just followed the rules in a really basic kind of way. All right, so I'll catch you in the next video, section 3, the best approach.